Okay, here is the architecture we're going to be using to provision Palo Alto VM series on the AWS. So here we are going to manage the management ports. Then we're going to create a public subnet on 20.0.0.0/24, and we're going to have a cloud private subnet which will be on 20.0.1.0/24, and that will be sent out to the web server, which will be on IP address 20.0.1.52. So we're going to send it, route it through, and directly to the internet. Okay, so I'm going to go directly into the AWS instance. Okay, so first off, we're going to create a VPC, and a VPC is used to create network in the cloud. That's what it's basically all about. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to search for VPC. So I'm going to create a VPC. So there, I'm going to, after creating a VPC, I'll create a subnet, and I'm going to put a route table on it so as to be able to access the internet, and then provision an EC2 for my Palo Alto VM series. Okay, so I go to my VPC here. I'm going to create new. I'm going to name it Palo Alto VM series. Okay, so I'm going to put it on the CIDR block 20.20.0.0. So it will have to be on /system. Okay, I'm going to leave other settings at default. We're not using IPv6 for now, and the tenant I will leave it at a default. I'm going to create my VPC right away. Okay, my VPC has been created. So then I'm going to create my subnet, and this subnet will help you to be able to send traffic between your different resources, and then it will use the route tables which I'm going to create after this. Okay, so I'm going to create three subnet layers, which is the public, the private, and the management subnet. Okay, so I'm going to create first off the public subnet. So I'm going to link it to the Palo Alto VPC that I've created, which is the Palo Alto VM series. Okay, right. So I'm going to name these the public Palo Alto public subnet. Okay. I'm going to put it on 20.20.120.0/24. So I'm going to leave my public at /24. Okay, so I will leave other default configuration, and then I'm going to create my subnet. Okay, my subnet is created. I'm going to go ahead to create the private subnet. I will also again choose the VPC that I just created. So I'm going to call it Palo Alto private subnet. Okay, so I'm going to put it on 20.20.20.0/23. So I'm going to leave this on /23. Okay, so I'm going to create a subnet. Okay, finally I'm going to create a management subnet as well. So this will be the Palo Alto management subnet. So this I'll leave it at 20.20.12.0/25. So I don't need much of that, so I'm going to leave it on /25. Okay, now that we have been able to successfully create our subnets, we are going to go ahead to create the route tables. And don't forget that the availability zones for that which you are going to create, which is the data center for a region, is also going to be set in time when we create the route tables. Okay, now we're going to route tables. I just need two route tables, which is for the public and for the private. Okay, so I'm going to create and name this the public route table. Okay, so I'm going to put my VPC. I will link it with my VPC, then I'll create a route table. Okay, my route table has been created linked with the setup block of the VPC that I've just created. So I'm left with creating one more routing, so which is for the private. So I'm going to create a private route table. Okay, I'm going to link it with the VPC. Okay, all right, now that that is done, I need one more thing to do. So this is the public and this is the private route table that I just created. So for the public route table I just created, let me confirm, I need to do something, which is to edit the subnet association. I need to associate the subnet, but before doing that I want to edit the route, and why I'm doing that is I want to create an internet gateway for it so as to be able to access the internet. Okay, so I'm just going to add a 0.0.0/0, which will be for internet gateway. Okay, so because I've not created an internet gateway, just give me a minute. I'm going to duplicate these and I will quickly go to create an internet gateway for the purpose of these. Okay, yeah, okay, then I go back to this, create an internet gateway, create, so I can just call it Palo Alto internet gateway. Okay, alright. Okay, let me go back to first create this subnet association. Okay, so for the private, for the public, I'm going to associate the public subnet and the management. Okay, save association. I created is detached. I can see it here, it's detached. So I'm going to click it and go and associate it with the attach, the Palo Alto that I've created. Attach. Okay, so now I believe we'll be able to do it. So this is how troubleshooting used to occur sometimes when you try it and you cannot get that done. Okay, so I go back to the public route table. Okay, then I try to see, now that I've attached it doesn't get me. Okay, good. So we save changes. Now we can route to the internet. Okay, one more thing before I go to create the EC2 for our instance of the Palo Alto machine VM series. Okay, so I'm going to go to the private route table that we created, and I'm going to also associate subnet to it. As you can see, there is no subnet yet associated, so I'm just going to associate the private. Recall that when we're doing the private and the public, we associated these two already. As you can see, they are graded because they're already associated. So I'm going to associate this to the private. Okay, so we are up and done. Now we want to go to create our instances. So instances are created in the Elastic container. So that is the EC2. So I'm going to go to the EC2. So I'm going to search EC2 here, and this is the EC2 here, which is the virtual server in the cloud. So it's loading up. So I'm going to go to instances. So, and also hide that from the EC2 dashboard, so you can press launch instance. Okay. Okay. Now that you have logged instance, we're going to search for Palo Alto from here. So we're using the AWS marketplace. Okay, as you can see, we have quite a number of Palo Alto with their logo showing here. Now recall we are trying to provision the VMCs. So we have VMCs, next generation firewall, bundle 2, bundle 1, bundle 3. We're going to just quickly check what are the differences between the bundles. Okay, let's check what it is. This opening another and bundle 2. Let's see what are the differences. Okay, so we can see the highlight about it. So in bundle 1, you can only have VM series plus threat prevention and promo support. So it can only supply you with threat protection. So we can see bundle 2, it will give you threat protection, URL filtering, DNS security, global protect, and wildfire, then promo support. For bundle 3, it has advanced threat prevention, it has advanced URL filtering, DNS, global protection, wildfire. So we can see the difference between the 3. For the purpose of this demo, I'm going to stick with bundle 2. So I'm going to be provisioning bundle 2. Okay, let me close this tabs so I don't get distracted. Okay, alright, so I'm going to select bundle 2. Okay, select bundle 2. Okay, so that has opened up, right? So we're going to launch the instance. Okay, so we are either going to use, we want us to create a new key pair here, and let's call the new pair Palo Alto VM. Okay, so we're going to create a key pair, and it's going to be downloaded into my device. Okay, so here it is. Alright, then now that I've created that, I'll check through my configuration. I'm okay with other configurations here. I'm okay with the size. I'm okay with SSH is allowed, HTTP is allowed, HTTPS is allowed, HTTP is not allowed. We can leave it that way. Then I go ahead to launch the instance. Okay, so this is the instance. Okay, so this is the public IPv4 address that I'm being given for this, and this is the private address. Okay, so before I could be able to address this, now I'm still running, but don't be deceived with this. You can still check to know if it's really running by checking the screenshot. So you can go to monitor troubleshoot to get instant screenshot. Okay, you see it's yet to come up, still loading. You will know when it comes up. So I will pause the video until it fully finishes running because the file is still running. Okay guys, now the VM is up and running. As you can see, VM logging. Okay, so let me go back to the instance. Now that we have our HTTP port open, we might need to change the password and be able to configure the Palo Alto. So I'm going to be using SolarWind PuTTY to be able to do this. Okay, so first off, I'm going to generate a certificate from the peer key that I created. So I'm going to go to load the key that I just downloaded, which is Palo Alto VM. Yeah. So I'm going to locate it under downloads. Okay, it's loading, please. Okay, so this is it. All right. So I'm going to go to save private key. I'm going to click yes. So I'm going to name it. Let me name it PuTTY VM key. Okay. All right. I'm going to save. I'm going to close this. So now I want to create a new section. So now I want to SSH into it. So I'm going to copy my IP address from here by hitting the copy key, and I go to paste it. But let me name the section Palo Alto VM. Okay. So I'm going to put the IP address here that I just copied. I'm going to give it the default username is admin. I don't need to put password. So I'm going to go to browse the certificate I just generated, which is PuTTY VM key. I'm going to open it. Okay, right, that will be all. I can put a credential name here, which is Palo Alto VM. Okay, now we have access into the admin center. Okay, now when you're working on PuTTY access into Palo Alto, there is one command you need to run, which is configure, and this will give you access into the configuration mode. Configure. Okay, now we are in the configure mode. So to set the password for this firewall, you have to set management config users admin password. So it will prompt you to enter the new password to access your VM service. Okay, you will be asked to reconfirm the password. Okay, now we are done. But in Palo Alto, you have to commit every configuration you are doing. That is where you can write it for it to be able to be implemented in your file. Commit job 2 in progress. Okay, so let's wait a bit for it to get committed. Okay, 98%. Okay, now we are fully configured this firewall for us to be able to go ahead and have access to the firewall itself. Okay, so I'm going to copy this, and since the HTTP port is opened, and I'm going to hit it on HTTPS. Now we have access into our Palo Alto VM service. So let's go to login. Other configurations and implementation on how you can have your Palo Alto administration will be released. So please do like and share the content and subscribe for you to be able to get more content from me. That will be all. Admin. Okay, creating administrative section where you'll be able to access the files. Okay, thank you.